Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about Tesla stock and some of my plans for the short term. So that includes some purchase decisions and me just talking about my plans for buying more Tesla stock. And so as you can see from the title so far, I am going to be buying some more Tesla stock, most likely tomorrow on October 21st, depending on how the day turns out. However, most likely regardless of whether the day is red or green, I'm probably going to be buying some anyways. But especially if tomorrow ends up being a red day for Tesla, then I'm certainly going to be taking advantage of a discount for this stock. So as always, of course, if you enjoyed the transparency and the Tesla videos, please make sure to smash that like button. It really does help me out. But in this video, I just want to talk about some of my reasoning and justification and just my mindset going into the stock market over the rest of this week. So just addressing Tesla stock right now, it is currently at a share value of $424.24. And in the normal market hours, we had a loss of 2.06%, which is minus $8.89 subtracted from the share price. And then in the after hours currently, we are at plus 0.55%, which is plus $2.30 added on to the share price. And just for context, the aftermarket hours are currently closed, so everything is at a standstill right now until 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, or until the normal market hours start up at 9:30 a.m. for me. So overall, if we just check out the past week for Tesla stock, it's actually at a pretty decent discount, and we've seen a downhill trend for the stock price. So it's down 5.68% just for the past week, which is around minus $25.53 from the share price, and then even for the past month, we're still currently down 5.40%. So overall, I think this is a pretty decent time to buy in on Tesla stock. Yes, there always is that possibility of it going lower in the future, but in terms of just my personal opinion and my mindset and my investing strategies of just simply dollar cost averaging, then this fits pretty well for me in terms of a price, because honestly, whether Tesla is $420, $450, $500, $550, regardless of all of that, I'm still going to be buying, because I think in the long term, even paying $550 for the share price right now, I think that's still eventually going to pay off a lot for the investor that decides to make that purchase. Now, that's obviously just my personal opinion. I have to say that and give these disclaimers that add in this context, just because I want people to know that what I say in these videos is just all about how I think. It's not a recommendation. It's not me saying this is how you should invest or this is what you should do. I just like to share the plays that I like to make, my mindset, and just some of my reasoning that I go through when it comes to the stock market. And yes, I can understand there might be some people that are saying you're crazy if you would pay $550 for Tesla stock right now. But I think by that time period of 2030, and we're looking back on the share price of Tesla stock back when it was $424 per share in 2020, then I think there's going to be a lot of people that are kind of kicking themselves and thinking, man, why didn't I just listen to what everyone else had to say at that point in time? Why didn't I listen to the Tesla people that were just going crazy over this stock? And I can honestly understand for someone out there that really hasn't done their research on Tesla, why they may think we're a little bit crazy and how like hardcore fans we are of Tesla as a company. I mean, some of us are just investors, some of us are more fans of the company than the stock. And then of course there's me, someone that really appreciates both aspects. I love Tesla stock and investing, but I also love learning about the company and the engineering and innovation and disruption that's going on right now as well. So getting into the content of me talking about why I'm buying more Tesla stock, for one thing, let's talk about how much I'm going to be purchasing tomorrow. So tomorrow, most likely, I'll probably be spending at least $5,000 on Tesla stock. Now, I have to admit, recently I've kind of gone back and forth on whether I should actually just use this money and max out my Roth IRA for the year, or if I should just go ahead and use it in my taxable account, because at this point in time, if I'm going to max out my Roth IRA and I'm also going to spend this money, this $6,000, $5,000, whatever it is, in my taxable account, then that's kind of squeezing that time frame together a little bit more in terms of me not being able to spend much money on Tesla stock over these next couple of months after this purchase. So I need to be careful in the sense that I need to still be able to afford to max out my Roth IRA this year and also have money to pay off my tax bill in April. So the time frames are going to get a little bit more squeezed in as we get closer and closer to April of 2021. So I have to admit that's something that I've definitely been thinking about a lot lately, which is, should I use this purchase and actually use that money for my Roth IRA investment and max that out this year instead of using it for my taxable account? And yes, I understand that the ideal move here would be to go ahead and max out my Roth IRA, but the thing is, I think that I will be okay if I go ahead and spend this money this month and then just keep grinding with all of my other income sources and try to max out my Roth IRA this year as well and deal with a tax payment. Like I said, spending all of this money in my taxable account tomorrow could squeeze the time frames a little bit closer together in terms of like me really having to make this happen to where I have enough for taxes, I have enough to max out my Roth IRA and all of those things. So it may make that a little bit more difficult, but I think it's still possible for me to do all of those things even if I make this purchase tomorrow. So like I said, this is going to be one of my bigger purchases of Tesla stock most likely, and I have to admit I said this in my portfolio update for today, but what I'm honestly hoping for tomorrow, just because of the fact that I have cash on the sidelines, I'm honestly hoping for a red day, and for the sake of Tesla, I kind of want it to be a green day just because I feel like it deserves it, because I think they're going to beat expectations. So I think they deserve a green day, but I would completely be happy with a red day because that just means whenever I got paid, that was kind of an advantageous position for me to take advantage of Tesla stock at a discount. So especially if Tesla stock is at a notable discount tomorrow, then I'm likely going to be spending that money on a few shares. So with this video, I just wanted to have that transparency and give you all some context as to why I'm buying Tesla stock tomorrow, how much I could possibly be buying, and so also just in discussion of why I'm buying Tesla stock right now and why I'm continuing to buy so heavily. So just to add some context to that, for those of you that are familiar with the channel, you already know that I've been buying a lot of this lately, but here's basically the list of how many different purchases I've made. I mean, if we just scroll down from the last purchase, which was October 19th, yesterday, if we just scroll down from that, I mean, we have all of these different transactions that range from October 19th and then right here is July 13th. So I've been spending a lot on Tesla stock recently, but in terms of my justification, autonomy is a major aspect. Honestly, if you really want to get some deep perspective on my reasoning for why I'm buying Tesla stock right now, feel free to check out ARK Invest's website on their price targets. Now, obviously, I'm not using ARK Invest's model as like my complete justification, but it definitely plays a role in my insight on Tesla, my perspective on Tesla, because there's a lot of similarities between my thinking and the points that ARK Invest makes in their bull cases and their probability chart breakdown with all of the different various cases ranging from many different amounts per share, but I'm definitely on the upper bullish side of that chart. And so I might as well throw this up here. So this is the chart for the ARK Invest Tesla valuation. And so they basically have a chart breakdown here. It shows their cases, the bear case, the base case at $7,000, and then the bull case at $15,000 or above. Keep in mind, this is pre-split value, so whatever number you see, whether it's 7,000 or 15,000, divide those numbers by 5, and that'll basically show the equivalent of the expectations based on the new stock price for Tesla after the split. So that would be the post-split values if you divide those numbers by 5. So expected value, as it says, $7,000. That's ARK Invest base case, and as it says right here, based on this chart, according to them, that's 50% likelihood on the base case. But then you start getting into that 25% likelihood for the bull cases, and that's when we get into the autonomous scenario. So the bull case, it says 25% likelihood Tesla trades at or above $15,000 per share. So we divide $15,000 by 5, and that is $3,000 per share. So this bull case in this situation would be $3,000 per share post split, and this is in autonomous scenarios. And I definitely think Tesla is going to be the first to master autonomy, or at least perfect it enough to where it's much safer than your manual human driver, to the point where autonomy is acceptable according to regulations. So I think that Tesla is going to be the first to master this technology, and even in the case that they're not able to do this, I still think they're going to have a big foothold in the autonomy industry, just in terms of their software and engineering and integration of the autonomous technology with the cameras and stuff, where it's very finely fit in with the vehicle, not very obvious. It's not a bunch of bulky cameras outside the vehicle and all of those things. So I think their technology is on point. They're continuing to innovate with all of that as well with a recent rewrite, but autonomy is definitely a huge thing that I take into consideration when I buy Tesla stock. I think this is going to be a huge industry for Tesla in the future, not only because I think they'll be the first to master this technology and be at the forefront of it, but also because of the gross margins on autonomy. So it's very different from a physical product in the sense that with a physical product, every time someone wants one, you have to actually go through the cost of creating that product and giving it to them or shipping it to them and all of the costs that go along with that. However, with digital products like with full self-driving, we already know that the autonomy capabilities are actually already built in the vehicle with the FSD computer, but anytime someone wants an FSD package, they're going to have to pay for that. And so instead of having to create a physical product all over again and going through the cost of creating that product and then also shipping it to them, they get it instantly. And the product doesn't have to be recreated and all of the cost undergone once again for them to be able to get that, or for a new customer to be able to get that. So that's where really the advantages come into play when it comes to digital content as a service, software, and anything related to all of that, where the gross margins are much nicer. Like I said, the profit margins are way better than on an actual physical product, where every time someone wants one, you're going to have to go through all of that cost once again. And then another huge aspect of Tesla in the future will be the energy business. I think we're going to see a similar form of dominance with Tesla, like with them in the EV industry right now, and like how I'm expecting them to continue being dominant in the EV industry over these next years because of their advantages that they have and because of the constant innovation that they're continuing with. So anyways, to keep this short, I just wanted to share some perspective on why I'm still buying Tesla stock. Honestly, if you haven't heard of ARK Invest, definitely check them out. They bring up a bunch of major points that honestly go hand in hand with my mindset with Tesla, and I really like ARK Invest because, for one thing, they're analysts that collaborate on one stock. So you have multiple different perspectives coming into play, and that is coming from different people with different career experience that all have a lot to do with Tesla, whether it's software, autonomy, and obviously there are many other factors in addition to autonomy and energy, but I think ARK Invest really covers a lot of those. So definitely feel free to check out ARK Invest and see kind of their bullish case on Tesla if you want a little bit more perspective. But anyways, please make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video, and also feel free to check out Robinhood and Webull in the description below. If you sign up with my referral link, you'll get some free stocks, and especially with Webull right now, you can get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,600, and to get that, all you have to do is sign up with my referral link and deposit $100 into your account. Keep in mind, you can take that $100 right back out after you get your free stocks, so it's basically just nice passive income with minimal effort, and it also helps support the channel as well, in which I'll get some free stocks, so I greatly appreciate that. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.